it as the favorite so far. Hasn't dropped a set. He's in winner's side grand finals, but now he's going up against Lima, and this is one of the matchups we haven't seen in this tournament yet.
Yeah, we have not seen the Peach Bayo matchup come up here at all, but it's going to be one that is entirely based off of who has a better reward on hit, who gets the better advantage, because both of them, when they hit once, you take a whole lot of damage.
And then the question is, how do you close out the stock? Last time MuteAce won this tournament, he had 3-patch Peach. He still had that insanio forward air. Now it's a little bit different, but he has not gotten any worse as a player because of it. And you can see that right now. The early damage, normally you give that up to Bayonetta, but MuteAce is the one with the lead.
And we still have on the other side of it too, Bayo is not the best in the kill department outside of using those back airs or finding those off-stage gimps. MuteAce doesn't let you get those very often, and there's that. You're right. That
See, 2019.
2019.
MuteAce
that forward air killed.
Yeah. And instead, he has got to work a little bit harder for it. Lima trying to make this ledge trap work, and he has not found a lot of success with it thus far because MuteAce's patience just always comes through.
Yeah, and always just throwing out turnips to force more defensive resources to go away from Lima, spend all of the witch twists, all of the everything you want to do, but catching them with the air-to-air, and with that nair up in the center of the stage, knowing Lima wanted to get something started.
And crazy that MuteAce is going for the air-to-airs because I mostly expect Bayonetta to come out on top in those interactions. In fact, I think that's one of our biggest boons in this matchup is that MuteAce can't stay in the air for very long, but MuteAce has been picking great spots to toss out these aerials.
Yep, there's so much that wow, shield poke. That was actually really good, waiting out MuteAce because just kind of camping and shield a bit, because the best thing that happens to you there is you take a grab and that's it. But getting that back air, and only take 55%. This is an even game away as soon as we see one of those Bayo strings connect.
Lima is just waiting for MuteAce to give him an opening, and that dash attack is what he needed to start up the juggle, and this is where the Peach will struggle. How do you land against a Bayonetta with all these big hitboxes and your floaty nature? You've got a couple mix-ups, and that's it.
Yeah, the main thing is just having good defense at kill percents because of how evasive Peach can be, and we've seen it out of MuteAce, we've seen it out of Ling, we've seen it out of all the great Peaches where they constantly will fade right into what looks like a spot where you could get that hit on float since they can't use a defensive option out of it, and then punish you. And we're seeing that kind of out of Mute so far, where Lima hasn't been able to find another opening since that last string.
And now again, trying to fight out of the corner. Again, normally a place where Bayonetta is happy to be, but MuteAce has just been so stalwart underneath these platforms, not giving Lima a sure escape zone.
Yeah, cut off the routes. Every single time you could slow down Bayonetta's gameplay and you're fine. But look at Mute. Why am I going to rush at you? I have a lead. Why do I need to approach you? You have to come to me. And finally catching a slip up there from Lima, looking for all these jumps, but doesn't get a kill, and now this is Lima's opportunity.
Oh yeah, MuteAce definitely living. Lima would have had to connect a much sweeter, deeper spot of that witch twist like that one. Like that one right there.
Well, that's exactly what you needed. It's being put all the way to 134% and killing MuteAce sub 100, but this happened a lot during the Shattuck set too. Anytime MuteAce lost a stock, you didn't get to get a lot of damage on MuteAce after. It was answered immediately.
Ooh, and Lima missing his combo. MuteAce with amazing SDI in, where, again, you know, he's not afraid of getting carried all the way towards the ledge. He knows that, okay, I hold in, I SDI in, I'm good enough, I get out of this combo, and I get stage control.
Covering the bats within or a spot dodge with down air. The fact that you have to potentially think about covering bats within is already a stressful thought enough.
Yeah, MuteAce's option coverage has been great. And again, there's the SDI to get out of those combos. Just down and in has seemed to work out for him so far. And we'll see if Lima can adapt to that, maybe even right here. But that time, MuteAce mixed up the DI and went out.
And held off on recovering early too, not going to get caught on trying to umbrella back. But that's an opportunity for Lima to actually, oh wow, going for up throw instead. Wanted to keep him above instead of going to the left, so that way there's less like recovery routes that you could take. And MuteAce sending him back off stage with his back air.
And at 132, it's only going to take a forward air or something at the ledge, even a back air too if it's sweet. But Lima being able to shield that cake and get himself back onto the ground or to the ledge now.
Like, as we know, the cake is always sweet and those back airs are always on point, but that forward air is always what gets the money done, but not enough this time. Gonna snatch up the turnip, having to go very low here. That's no ledge invincibility. You can't hang out long, and Lima gets back on.
Oh, and witch twist, it's not going to connect to any of those sweet spots. MuteAce easy SDI out, but Either of these guys makes one big whiff, and you're going to see the game end.
You can't commit to any smash attacks right now either. You're dead if you do. But the dash attack, it is not enough yet. 163. Turn up forces a couple options away. You have to go low.
Wow, and he got back to the ledge too after taking a trip to MuteAce's player cam. Now getting right back to the ledge. Could have gotten hit by that forward air. It does hit low. But MuteAce, oh my goodness, the defense amazing forward throw. Lima knows that's going to be enough.
And that took all the way until sub 2 minutes. Yeah, look at the heavy breath again. Lima's had a lot of those today, trying to stay calm. A battle of endurance.
He wants it.
I know we mentioned it before, but yeah, Lima definitely wants it. Look at Mute though. Look at Mute like, how dare you? Like that's like the look I'm seeing out of Mute. Just like looking at him, like, how dare you? Are you serious? Did you take that from me? You just won that game. And like, so what Mute does a lot of times whenever we see Mute look like that look, murder happens very shortly after. Usually the next game is not fun for any of Mute's opponents, and that happened earlier today too when Mute ended up going up 3-1. After Shattuck won that game, Mute went off. So I am very curious to see how the approach is going to be with this one, because Mute was giving a lot of respect to the zone that Bayo has for burst range. Smaller range here. Does Mute rush down?
I think that he will definitely be more comfortable being up close against Lima, but you know, that perfect spacing is just, it's so emblematic of what makes MuteAce so good, right? Is that he perfectly has those fundamentals in his own character down to a T in his head, but that also means that he's very comfortable in these boxing situations. He knows he has to DI on stage, but that only gets you killed against Lima as he follows the DI perfectly to a first stock.
That could be only one left on the stage, and you're going high away from the land. The way that Lima keeps getting one single hit at like 30 and still getting kills. If you don't SDI, you have to SDI in towards the stage on that one and take the damage, because if you don't, that would have been another early stock.
This is prime Lima that we are watching. There are days where Lima does not have the best punish game and he looks beatable. Today's not one of those days, and missing that counter is only going to put MuteAce in huge danger. Great creative recovery gets him back, though.
I agree. I think right now we're seeing prime form Lima. It is going to be immediately poked out by the 1,000 Years of Death. Well, let's see if Lima's able to answer right back. However, with a turn up in hand, air dodges away. Luckily, doesn't take too much more, but that could have been a lot of damage.
We've seen MuteAce take that to the tune of like 80%, but on small battlefield, right, you're also running out of space, so you have to mix up the combo that you're going to go for, right? How are you going to end it?
Yep. Bayo being one of the few, too, when it comes to the Peach 0 to death, where they throw turn up behind them, that Bats Within can come in the middle of it and interrupt it if it's not frame tight. So you usually don't have to worry about that so much. Great reversal on the turn up toss up, though, and Lima is able to somehow hold on to stock a little bit longer.
And Lima just plays around projectiles so well and saves those switch times for very clutch moments where either he feels like he's going to lose a stock or he's got an opportunity to take one. And right now he is just gripping center stage with an iron fist, and MuteAce, that's all he can do to try and push the Bayo to the corner, but set up for the back air. One stock away from taking a 2-0 lead.
Lima is starting to play well, not only with a lead, but in scrambles. Before, we saw a lot of times Lima would lose out on a panic spot dodge or trying a little bit too early to get something going, and people took advantage. That's not happening anymore. Mute is the one who's got to now find an answer to this, because Mute has been able to even the games up, but hasn't been able to control the lead for long, which we see the game going even now. Let's see if MuteAce can make me sound like an idiot, because Lima's been able to pretty much just get away with it.
Well, and he has been using these platforms so well too, right? As an escape zone where normally Peach can cover that very well, but Lima's picked great times to go there where he feels like Mute's looking for a landing. And he goes, right, well now I can refresh all my resources up here, and then you've got to choose something.
73%, 80 plus unchecked now on the side of only 19 for Lima. We're getting into that range where Up Tilt Bear is going to start being the kill, the win condition here, trying to find a kill confirm. Witch Twist outs again, just get that damage on. Good job SDIing in towards the stage, but we're still sitting at 113, and that backer is very fresh right now.
I mean, there's plenty that Lima can do to end the game right now, but any overcommits give Mute his avenue back into the game. 65% on the Bayonetta. It's not quite kill combo percents, but you still got to be careful with this amount of rage.
And Mute wasn't punishing the air dodges, but now it's more doable. 81% doesn't get the follow-up on the up air. You bounce decently away with that ABK, but Mute can get this. It's just on being careful with trying to go for the big play, but Mute's defense is always clutch on that part. Gets the throw, gets stage position here, Kimona.
And Turnip just going to bounce off the ledge. Doesn't quite get MuteAce the hit he needs. He's got to once again go to it. The Bayonetta hovering off stage. He's just not responded well to this burst movement. Lima has picked amazing spots.
Lima has to pick a few more, 109 to 140. This is kill ranges for both of them. Looking for a read. No, does not tech in towards this, towards the ledge, but goes in towards the stage. Not enough still on the side of MuteAce to get the game.
Amazing DI by Lima. Great reaction there. And with the Peach off stage, one aerial can do it. Mute goes high. I love that. And he will wait for the perfect opportunity to toss out that back air. Set gets evened up at 1-1 in just, man, every one of these is a hard stopper.
And even in that last kill there with Lima kind of like putting his hand up in his hair, that is still one of those like, you can get upset that you got hit by it, but that was just really good mix-up on MuteAce, going for not one, not two, but three. Floats into lands, bait a jump because you're afraid you might get thrown. How many times we've seen MuteAce go for that throw in that spot after making people hold shield?
100.
Instead, yeah, Mute decides to go for the back air that time.
It's even if you can acknowledge, yeah, that was really good playing for my opponent. I got outplayed. You still don't like acknowledging that you got outplayed. Because I feel like there's always an implication that there's something I could have done better, right? And honestly, it's crazy to watch this Grand Finals the way that it's unfolding now, because MuteAce is on his A game, Lima is on his A+ game right now. Like, we're not seeing these guys slacking anywhere.
No, this is the final push for valedictorian and salutatorian at the end of the year. You're trying to get that GPA up as much as possible, all the extra credit, but you can't get it because the teacher won't let you get an extra test. Both of them, their defense have been so good. Every single hit has had so much effort to win that hit. We said this earlier with Shattuck too, where Mute and Shattuck, even though it seemed kind of slow, there was so much thought behind each one. It's very hard to find an opening on Mute's defense, and Lima has been able to do that. That's the stress factor attached to this right now.
There is enjoyable slow gameplay, and it's when the slow gameplay has people advancing the game state, right? If you have somebody that's just camping the entire time and they're just waiting for you to do something, and you know they're not trying to push any advantage themselves, that's boring. But when you have two people who are trying to get a leg up on each other, and it's just that the numbers aren't going up quickly like they are now for MuteAce, that's when it gets boring. But it is not slow right now. MuteAce is fired.
That's a prime example of exactly why you have to be so careful in this matchup. Any one mistake equals 60-ish damage with the right follow-ups. Both of these characters do so much off of one hit.
Oh.
Winky Face sends Lima super deep off stage, and because of that Winky Face, and then a little extra. Wait, okay,
no,
I'm about to say,
you
you only get two back there.
He had already burned his up B and the second up B that you can get with the jump glitch. Hold on a second, he might get the stock here. Okay, he did not, but that's why Lima ran out of resources. Normally it's hard for Bayonetta. Okay, hang on, he might lose the stock. Okay, he didn't, but that's why Lima could not make it back in that situation. Sorry, I had deja vu.
That was a whole SNL skit. I was like, you might lose it. Okay, wait, no, all right.
Much say.
How many times was that? It was like 6 in a row. It was so funny.
I never know. I never know when Lima's going to take a stock or not, and that's what makes him so terrifying. But MuteAce playing with the lead is even scarier because
it's like too many cooks. It just never ends. All right, here comes Lima though.
Oh, no, wait, he could. Okay.
I was going to say it if the back air was available, but because you're still facing the same side, it didn't happen.
Yeah, no, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. But every time there's a witch twist up top, it's going to be in the back of my mind the rest of the set. Now MuteAce trying to make up some ground with that turn-up. Lima boxing him back onto the platform where he loves to see that Peach. But, man, the evasiveness from MuteAce. It's not that he's, like, even just saying, oh, you're going to ABK, I'm going to shield it. I'm going to jump around it so that I can get center stage.
I just realized as well, even though it's not the same show, it's basically Bayo plays with that whole contractual SD every single set. It's like the Eric Andre show. All right, here we go.
Wow, DI'd away.
That was why'd you do up air there?
I'm not sure.
It had to have just been positioning. That's
either that or a misinput, right, where you were going for back air, but you were jumping, and then,
I mean, nerves are on deck here. Like, we've seen Lima has been, Lima's wearing it on his sleeve. Like, it's very obvious that the stress is there. Mute, starting to calm it down, has gotten a lot of damage here. 202 still, holding on to this first stock.
I mean, you mentioned it after that game one. It's the murder face from Mute, right? It's giving murder. Forward throw, going to get that first stock for Lima. 108% means that, yep, that forward smash can do it just fine.
Oh my God, it's the turnip for me. But right now, now we're seeing Mute has really found his footing. Like Mute has really started to find the groove that we have seen Mute do so well in these positions. The confidence on the defense. Lima now has had no good openings I've seen in a while. Gets hit by the turnip, controlled by the back air, trying to find his way back on. The forward smash doesn't connect, but this ledge trap is all Mute's.
64%, and he's hardly been touched right now. Looking like asparagus on a child's plate. Come on, Lima, hit him. You have to get your hits.
Lima's gonna have to slide that into the trash momentarily. If he doesn't find an answer very soon, you ain't gonna get no desserts. You're gonna get yourself some McDonald's instead of that steak with the second place money. Well, here comes Mute trying to get back down to the stage. Lima has a chance, but good DI getting himself out of the final pieces of that combo.
See, I didn't say it there because there was no way he died to that one. It was just impossible.
You're right.
Unlike the other ones, which definitely...
I mean, look, in Texas, anytime you believe you got an edge guard, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Their survival rates are so strong. They're just able to avoid so many of these deep edge guard plays, and Lima is now just fighting for his life, hoping to get some type of opening. We're going to look for a back air, maybe no, going for forward airs, and Mute just continuing to control this whole lead. Sitting at 2 minutes, 40 seconds, you got to make something happen soon.
He comes right back at you with it, and he is just playing patiently because any big commit gives Lima a way back into the game, whereas Mute just needs to find one setup for a back air or even drag down up air into nair.
Simplicity is key. Don't give up your lead. Don't give up advantage. Stage control matters, but like you said, that's dead. Okay, chat. Does it happen again? One's for yes, two's for no's, because Lima has stolen away at least 4 to 5 games today off of deep edge guard.
But it's not the deciding game. This is only game 3, AJ.
True.
There's no way.
No.
There's absolutely no way that Lima gets a deciding stock here. It's impossible.
There's a way.
No, it's impossible.
It's a way. I'm on the side. I think Lima steals this game. I'm a liar. The heels come.
I'm so mad I didn't shake 5 on that.
Yeah, you're right.
Instead, it's the stilettos from MuteAce that get him the 2-1 lead. One more game will give him the repeat title of DreamHack Dallas champion.
Strutting all over that last stock right there, and Mute looking very... falling apart at the seams over
Painted nails emoji.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, we're going to see a whole lot of that holding that trophy in a minute if Mute is able to take it here over Lima. 2 games up to 1. Lima's endurance has been very good. Was able to get the reverse 3-0 on Shattuck. Was able to win against Bullhall earlier, who was making Lima look very stressed out. But is it finally that time? Is it finally that time where MuteAce has been able to shut all of that down and take it home and get another W here at DreamHack Dallas?
There are some players that we call monsters, and MuteAce is one of those guys where it doesn't matter how close it seems like you are to putting the pressure on him. He is always cool, calm, and collected under pressure, and it's just a matter of whether or not he has the tools to do it. And right now, it looks like he is kitted up. Game 4, Lima needs to win 2 in a row to reset the bracket. Otherwise, we've got our champion.
Yep, and both of them have been in this position before, but Mute has been in it more lately. Constantly getting either top, like just right outside of top 8 with these runs at like Genesis, with that run recently on Momocon. Incredible play getting its top 8 up there too, but running into a very passive matchup with Tweak. This one requires much more approaching, and it seems like Mute has started to figure that out.
You want to talk about endurance sets? Go watch the VOD shot of MuteAce as he throws away that stitch of him playing Yanni at Heartbeat 4 in Grand Finals. That was a marathon that included multiple bathroom breaks.
Not gonna lie, you are not gonna catch me intentionally going to watch the Peach versus Siege matchup. But
there was a Morbius reference in there if that tickles your fancy.
Well, we're sure looking like it's gonna be a failure, much like their attempt to put it back in the theaters, because I'm not watching it just like that. But right now we are watching MuteAce possibly win this set.
$3 grossing Morbius sweep.
It's Morbid time. There we go. We finally dropped that one. But here comes the turnip, forcing them to have to recover a high. A lot of resources are gone. Good route, however. Back air does kill. And there is the hit that catches Lima trying to land with the APK.
Man, MuteAce has done such a good job of spacing around the landings from Lima, whereas on the other end, Lima has done such a good job of chasing MuteAce into his escape zones. Whenever he gets a stock, it's almost invariably off of him having a good idea of where MuteAce feels safe and where he wants to go to.
Agreed. Also, thank goodness that this music is a banger and it's making me move around. And these two are moving around a bunch.
Yeah, I'm loving it right now.
It is waking everybody up. This is a stressful set. Again, there is so many decisions that you have to think about as you approach because of how much damage they get. Here's an example. Going all the way off stage, gonna get the stock off of just one mistake. And now Lima takes the lead.
Lima recognized that MuteAce was trying to get that SDI in, right, to fall out. Otherwise, you risk dying to those forward airs. And instead, because of that, you're right in range for a sweet spot in air. He takes the lead in classic Lima fashion.
Yep, and now Lima has constantly been able to prove he could get those stocks, but MuteAce already proved quite a bit today that those stocks, those leads don't last long. Can you get control of the game right now? If you can't, MuteAce is going to even it up momentarily. Here comes Winky Face. It's going to send you far, but it does not connect.
This is the importance for Lima, right? Can you play with a lead? Can you maintain this against MuteAce? You need to descend into a game 5, but he's committing a little bit to these burst approaches, and MuteAce is spacing around them perfectly.
Yeah, MuteAce looking for the looking for the back air and would have sealed the deal. Lima's defense has been okay. He's not been able to get hit, holding on at 138 right now. But has not been able to get a connecting hit that led to anything, and Mute only takes 26%.
Potentially the last stock of the tournament for Lima here, and MuteAce getting something started with the turnip toss off the ledge and has the Bayo in the corner.
Looking for a tech in place, but Lima does not react to the roll away. However, getting some damage on here now on Mute. Mute trying to find the ground, and he does, gets back to center stage, but there's the Witch Twist.
And this is racking up for Lima right now. MuteAce is able to DI on stage, and it doesn't put him in hot water. Lima so close to closing out this game 4.
Trying to move it to game 5. There's the Witch Twist that's going to force Mute to have to upbeat early. Tries to connect on it with the Witch Time, but Mute fading away. Keeps himself in a little bit longer.
That's so perplexing. I thought he would certainly go for a back air. Instead, he's now going to struggle to close out the stock where he doesn't have confirms anymore. He's got to get a raw hit, and MuteAce can play around that.
Yeah, how many times have we seen it go plus 200 and not be able to get the kill? You're out of those combo ranges now. Mute can take full advantage of that because he knows you want to find that back air.
And now that Witch Time is stale too. He whiffed it. MuteAce doesn't have to worry about it as much in a clutch situation. Turnip in hand could lead to a forward air and thus the game with this amount of rage.
Oh, the drag down! But the rapid jab mash on the way back up is in fact actually gonna be enough. From that far away, Lima laughing about that. MuteAce not so happy about that one. And we're going to see a game number 5.
Man, and MuteAce, again, you can tell he's in the zone when he's like, these two are good friends. MuteAce is not engaging with him. Normally they play in a set and they're like, oh, haha, yeah, it's all fun, it's all good times. But he is focused on the game, and Lima's trying to throw him off of that element. It's not working. It is all about the head-to-head right now. Game 5, the poolside music from Tekken is playing, one of my personal favorites. And will we see a reset? If Lima wins this next one, we get one more set of Smash.
Yeah, 2 games apiece right now on the side of each player. MuteAce almost closing it out in that last one, but it was Lima who was able to stop that from happening. And Lima has started to get something going here with this start of the combo, all the way to 60 plus, yes, and evens it right back up.
That is what you get to do against midweight, says Bayonetta, and honestly, it helps him that Peach is floaty because you get to reset those combos more than you would against a fastballer.
Rising in with the dare, though, that's going to give Mute an opportunity at least to set up the turnip. And Mute, at the end there, wasn't able to seal the deal, but the defense was still very good, Kimono.
Oh, you want to talk about good defense? We might see some good offense here from MuteAce. Couldn't connect that down air into any forward airs. MuteAce, he knows that Lima knows the DI to get away from the forward airs. Speaking of.
Yeah, DIing up to the court, like you said, he ain't dead. They ain't ever gonna die.
Nah, not anymore.
None of those edge guards ever gonna kill.
Not once, not ever.
Ever. And that's why you go for the forward smash, but it did not connect. And now it's Mute's ledge trap. Does not get anything off the turnip to bounce into the forward air. And then bats within, getting out of there and instantly reversing his fortunes because of it with that back air.
Man, the scrapping between these two has been so impressive. Like almost every set I watch that involves MuteAce is all about that mid-range game where you're trying to figure out where's my in, right? What's my opportunity? But these two have been boxing.
Yeah, they're throwing hands, scrapping as we see MuteAce get back down to the ground, and you got to be careful in that position. I like how Mute waited for the hitbox to actually come out to try and parry and get the back air, but Lima holding his ground too. Forward air from center, still not enough to do it.
And MuteAce needs a moment to refocus, get that composure back as Lima might give a little bit of that to him going all the way off stage. It seems like Mute is a little bit out of sorts, but with that back air, puts himself right back into striking distance.
MuteAce going to ledge, hoping to catch Lima, making a mistake to get a big combo start off that turnip, but it's not going to work out. 78%, and now down tilt beating it out too. Mute looking for a hopeful opener, and MuteAce keeps getting hit on the way in. Very smart, very good defensive play from Lima, but here's the down throw into F tilt, and waiting out the ABK as well, and waiting for the spot touch because he knew he would buffer it because of where he landed.
After all that damage that Lima did, MuteAce just engineers and steers that whole interaction to the tune of 73 and more. Great mashing that DI in to tech on the stage, because otherwise that was absolutely a setup for a forward air.
Everything what MuteAce has been able to do in the past like 30 seconds shows me that that last game, losing that, hasn't phased Mute as much as some might anticipate. And now that side B with the parry, but it's not into a punish. And Lima is going to start slowly crawling out of those percents again, where up tilt bair is going to be the option.
And he is just hopping in his face, trying to force something out of MuteAce, but we know by now he is the stone cold samurai, and he will not give you that opening. Lima, once again, trying to play with a ledge trap, but overcommitting, nearly dies to the reversal on the up air.
Looking for that up air, it's not enough yet here, Kimona, but Lima is not getting super aggressive from the ledge anymore. He understands it's not worth it. MuteAce is always covering that roll distance, and being able to react to that is a bad idea because ABK is there. No back air is going to connect. The ABK gets him out, but we do see a connection. And now Mute, once again, has Lima on elimination stock.
Can you feel the pressure right now that Lima is facing with MuteAce one stock away from closing out a Game 5 win in Grand Finals, winning the whole tournament? Lima does have him at high percents, but will he be able to set this to the last stock, give him that opportunity to clutch up like we've seen so many times today?
Yeah, and there's the back air that's going to connect. MuteAce is so good at beating people when they try to see red and go in too much, but Lima was able to do it with minimal damage, but reacting into the roll, covering it with the up air, getting him to 66 and climbing.
Lima with that heel slide out of the corner, though, could have set up for a combo, but MuteAce's DI has been so on point. No big combos for Lima until now. SDI in works, though.
Yeah, that time getting in. Lima has stolen away, always on the set point with one of those edge guards, but reads the roll, gets the down tilt, now has MuteAce as at ledge. Mute has to be so careful and does not fall for the forward smash.
Yeah, he goes right through, connects that back air. Lima, all of a sudden, the one close to losing it. The counter didn't come out to do it, then air's not going to be enough.
Forcing another low recovery because of the turnips. You have to make a right choice. ABK has to come through now because of these turnips, and you don't have a jump to mix it up anymore. This is a lot of damage that Lima's taking. One more aerial, that could be it, and that's going to be it right there as the back air connects, and MuteAce is your repeat back-to-back DreamHack Dallas champion.
What a performance from him. Put time after time in these clutch situations. And I got to say, man, the San Antonio Samurai, he is the one that closes it out. Peach in hand from winner's side.
I am sweating. I am dying over here from the amount of effort that took to win that set. Both of them were so patient, so smart about the decision making that they were doing to approach. There was no bad neutral that was really being exchanged. They were always waiting for that one mistake. But eventually, the armor finally cracked. Lima almost getting another Game 5 win to continue that run, but MuteAce, a real testament to incredible defense, was able to get another title under his belt.
And a testament to how good he is.